Hello everyone, this is Revealing Light Tarot and I want to read on a couple of things today. I want to read on what's behind Trump saying that General Mattis might be resigning sometime soon. And then I'll move on to the Arizona Senate race between Kirsten Sinema and Martha McSally. But first to Mattis. Okay, so when I opened this reading up, what I saw was that Trump had thrown this out in the 60 Minutes interview as a way of creating fear. So if we remember that Woodward's book was titled Fear, this is the politics of fear at work. So there may be no substance to this, but we'll certainly do a tarot reading on it. But Donald Trump is actually trying to do two things. He's trying to accomplish two things. He's trying to create fear amongst the within the electorate and particularly amongst Democratic voters, because as we know, Mattis is the Secretary of Defence and is the general standing between Donald Trump, the dictator, and you know, the defence infrastructure, internal and external, of the USA. So nobody wants to see him go. No right-thinking, right-minded person wants to see General Mattis go. Is he a Democrat? No. He's come out and he's said that he is not of any particular political persuasion. When he joined the army, he left his political parties behind or affiliations behind, and he's come out and said he's on Donald Trump's team. That's fine if he says he's on Donald Trump's team. I don't particularly want General Mattis to leave, and I'm sure nobody else does. But Trump is trying to accomplish that politics of fear, and he's also throwing again to his base by sledging, if you like, sledging Mattis by saying he's probably a Democrat. Okay, so the sooner people see through these things that Trump does, the better. It's done for two reasons: to provoke fear in the electorate, because that is the politics of fear that Donald Trump operates on, and secondly, it's throwing to his base by accusing Mattis almost of being a Democrat. So it's division, politics of fear, politics of division. So, having said that, as an overlay, let's have a look at what is behind Trump saying that Mattis will be resigning soon, and if indeed, you know, is Mattis going to resign? Okay. Or, you know, will he be pushed out? Anything's possible. But we have the midterms coming up soon, so vote. Okay. Let me just tune in there to the energy there around this. Yeah, I'm just getting Donald Trump with a megaphone like he does at his rallies. This is just playing to his base. It's really, really shocking, isn't it, when you think about it? Yeah. For Mattis, it's business as usual. Okay, so I'm not sure that he's too disturbed by it. Okay, so what's behind Trump saying that Mattis might be resigning and that he's a Democrat, and is he likely to resign anytime soon? Trump, Mattis. Oops. Trump, Mattis. Trump, Mattis. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, so teamwork. So look, no, to me that's sort of saying straight away that this theory that I had when I opened up the reading, or this intuition that I got, is that that Mattis and Trump are on the same team. And indeed, that's what Mattis has come out and said. He said, no, Trump and I are on the same team. So it's interesting we pulled the card of the teamwork. But the reading's young, my friends, so let's see. What is challenging? Okay, so there is definitely something that Donald Trump is pushing in relation to Mattis. It's he's wanting Mattis perhaps to retreat over something. Which is interesting, because this is the Four of Swords. Very interesting. So there's some issue there. I'm not sure what that issue is. But there may be an issue between Trump and Mattis. Maybe they don't agree. Maybe Mattis has stood against him too many times. But he's almost also signalling to Mattis, retreat. You better retreat on this, whatever issue it is, or you better just retreat generally and toe the line. So that he is actually sending a message, it's not actually a subliminal, or could be a subliminal message to Mattis. It's code for retreat, back off. So there's a differing of opinion there. It could be over NATO. Trump's almost saying to Mattis through the media, you're expendable. Okay, the focus of the situation is going to be some grief and anxiety for somebody. This is the card also, apart from heartbreak, which is pretty obvious, but it is the card of divorce and loss. So it could be that Mattis might suddenly pull out, or he might resign. It won't be resigning. It will be he's being pushed. Yeah, so there's some fairly serious issue here that's led to this. This isn't random. Donald Trump doesn't throw these things out at random. And people were surprised. Oh, what's going on? Mattis resigning? Where did that come from? Okay, so the Knight of Cups. So there's some sort of emotional difference between the two of them. And there's been some proposal. Okay, so in the past there's been some kind of proposal put to Mattis by Trump, and Mattis has said no. Okay, and this is what the underlying, sorry, I hope you can see this. This is what the underlying issue is. Mattis is not agreeing with Trump over something fairly significant. We can ask if a yes, no, if that's NATO, but it might come up in the reading. So, it seems to me that, again, this is further confirmation that Mattis is he's embattled. He's sort of been in the battle, in the trenches with Donald Trump over these issue. It could be a number of issues that they disagree on, with Trump wanting to take them one way and Mattis holding the line another. Gosh, okay. So here's the card of things happening pretty quickly. So it could be that Mattis is pushed out. My feeling is that it wouldn't be before the midterms. I would hope it wouldn't be, because, again, this politics of fear would work against Donald Trump. I mean, people, independents and Democrats would just march even more strongly to the polls because, as I said, Mattis stands between Donald Trump and internal and external defence. So, although those cards are seeming to suggest that something's going to happen fairly quickly, but timing-wise, I'm not sure whether that would be before or after the midterms. And it could well be after the midterms. But it looks like that the reason underlying all of this is that Mattis has disagreed, and that Trump has put a proposal to him over this issue that they disagree on, and Trump wants him to retreat. And Mattis is embattled. Okay, so I'm not sure of what stories have come out over the media. I haven't seen anything other than Mattis does disagree on NATO, that that America should be supportive of NATO rather than wanting to pull right out of NATO. So very interesting. So are we likely to see Mattis being pushed out? Yeah, I keep getting this image here of the retreat. It could well be, I'll pull another card though, will Mattis be pushed out and forced to resign? Mattis forced to resign, yeah. Okay. Okay, so it looks like he's going to try and hold on. I mean, this is top dog, and I think, what's Mattis, what's his nickname? Oh gosh, it's not Mad Dog Mattis, is it? Anyway, this card is top dog. So it looks like Mattis will try and hold on to his power, but then, you know, Trump equally wants to be top dog, and I think this might be clarifying. Also, the reader that this reading is about the power struggle between the two of them. Don't forget that H.R. McMaster's was forced out as well. But this is telling me there's a power struggle between the two. Mattis will try and hold on. That's my intuition, but he is embattled. And we've got this challenge, you know, that Trump's pushing him, trying to push him out because of this fundamental disagreement. So he's very much embattled. We have that card of things happening, happening fairly quickly. That's the Eight of Wands. It's the card of quick changes. But we also have the midterms and the top dog card. Could either be Mattis, you know, holding on to his power, or indicating that this is a power struggle between the two of them. So I'll leave the reading there. We won't push it any further than that. I'll put my analytical mind here. I would be surprised if Trump did anything before the midterms, but he's so crazy, who would know? So that's the reading on Mattis. That was revealing insofar as this wasn't a random thing from Donald Trump. This is actually fairly calculated, and it was sending a code to Mattis that and it is relating to this power struggle between the two and this fundamental difference between Trump and Mattis. Okay, so I'll leave that there. If readers have got any insight, please send them in the comments section. Now, someone asked me why I changed decks. I do that for a couple of reasons. The first reason is the energy of one reading can often, I feel, all readers are different, can stay within a pack. That's not to say that I can't do more than one reading with the one pack, but I also use my intuition, and if I'm drawn to a particular pack, which I did look at before I started this reading, then I will choose it. So I was using Rider-Waite to begin with on the Mattis reading, and I've now transferred to the Aquarian deck, which is my oldest and most loved deck, to have a look at the Arizona Senate race. So Kyrsten Sinema and Matthew McSally. Now I just want to have a look at them. Just have a look at their energies and see what I can pick up. Okay, so what's the likely outcome going to be between Kyrsten Sinema and Martha McSally in Arizona? This is Jeff Flake's old Senate ticket, or Senate seat, I should say. So both of them women, which is interesting. Who's likely to win the Arizona? McSally or Sinema? Yeah, they're appealing, from what I'm getting, they're appealing to both sides. So they're not just trying to stick with their own base, they're actually trying to appeal to the others. So that would tell me that to other, so Kyrsten's trying also to get Republicans on side, and McSally obviously is trying to look at those swing voters. I think Democrats are so angry with Republicans, I'm not sure any of them would get on side with a Republican at the moment. But there's those issues around the Affordable Care Act. So it could be that Kyrsten is trying to appeal to Republicans as well as I think she is a moderate or saying she's a centralist. Okay, what's the race likely to be? Look, I'm kind of seeing Kyrsten, maybe getting an edge there because she is sort of putting herself forward as a centralist. But I'm not getting a clear reading on who the outright winner's going to be. But let's look at what the cards are going to reveal. So who is likely to win in Arizona for the Senate race? So Sinema or McSally? Sinema, McSally. Yeah. Okay. I'm thinking it might go to McSally now, but anyway. So we'll see what the reading is going to reveal. So the Ace of Pentacles. It's going to be obviously. I mean, could be for either of them because it's the card of the new jobs, new projects, new starts. Going forward with something. It's a Pentacles, which is often related to the Republicans at the moment because their agenda is so heavily skewed toward the moneyed elite. But let's see. So again, new ideas could be new ideas. Okay, so when I look at this and I deepen my reading, this is the Knight of Rods. I'm thinking that the person with the new ideas, because the Republicans are in power and incumbent, are the Democrats. So while this could be either of them, what the challenge is for McSally is actually new ideas coming from Democrats and an electorate that actually wants something different to what Donald Trump has given them. So Trump in this instance is working against McSally. Okay, the Five of Pentacles is being left out of in the cold, and that is the focus of this reading. Okay, so it could be that McSally, due to Trump, could actually be left out in the cold, because that's the card of the moneyed elite, I guess, and this is being left out in the cold. But it could go either way because nothing's definite. In the past, new beginnings. So endings and new beginnings. Endings for Flake and new beginnings. Okay, right, all right. We're getting a lot of these new beginnings. And the Hierophant. So that's like judgment. Okay, it could be that that Cinema has the edge here, and the things are happening quickly. Okay. All right, so I'll just get a clarifier. Things happening quickly. Okay, someone might surge ahead quickly in the polls. Is that likely to be Cinema? Is Cinema likely to get ahead, get a bit of a headwind up before the elections and take the election? Cinema, take the election. Let's clarify that. Okay, so the Eight of Swords. God, this reading's so ambiguous. I'm really getting issues on both sides. I can't call it. I really can't. It seems like the electorate is wanting new and new from Flake and new from the Republicans. But there's also telling me here that that Cinema is actually she's actually, well, the Eight of Swords is being sort of bound and self-imposed restrictions and isolation. So yeah, it's not really giving me a clear reading. I can't really get. I think it's probably too close to call at this point in time. They must be very close in the polls, are they? It's definitely a challenge. All I can say is that it's emerging. There's cards here that say that it's a real challenge for McSally. Trump and the way things have been done around money are a real challenge. People have been left out. That's what that card is. People have been left out in the cold. They want new beginnings. There is judgment coming. And things are going to move quite quickly. But when I tried to clarify that around whether Kirsten would actually move ahead in the polls, I get this bound and being restricted. But maybe I didn't ask the right question. Let's just have a look here. All right, we'll ask straight out. Will Kirsten win? Will Kirsten win in Arizona? Will Kirsten win? Cinema win in Arizona. Okay, stop. It just said. Okay, the Knight of Pentacles is coming forward, and it is a new job offer. So, okay, right. So, she may not surge ahead in the polls. That's what that's telling me. But she could very well take the election. Boy, that was hard to call, wasn't it? And it's not an easy reading, and it's not clear cut, and it takes there's a little bit of complexity and deepening required here. So I would say from that is the results is going to be very close. It's not automatically clear cut, but we've got some good cards suggesting that the electorate are tired of being left out in the cold. They are looking for new ways and new representation. There is going to be some sort of judgment. I don't think Kirsten's going to surge ahead, but there are indications, good indications with the Knight of Pentacles, which is this new job, which was in response to my direct question, that Kirsten might be successful, but very, very close. And this card worries me in relation to Kirsten and the polls. It's almost like she's being bound and tied up and almost isolated. So I'm not sure what that's referring to. It could well be referring to a smear campaign from the Republicans. But I guess I can say indications are that that she may very well edge ahead. So we'll leave it there. That, as I said, that wasn't an easy reading. The Mattis reading was very interesting, wasn't it? Because there were I think for me, there were new things revealed there. But look, we'll have a look at the other Senate races. I've got everybody's comments, including we'll take a look at the Florida Senate race as well. And we'll keep abreast of these situations as they happen. But really, between now and the midterms, watch for Donald Trump. I might do a reading tomorrow on where his head's at. Not that anyone wants to get into his head, but we might have a look at where his head's at in the lead up to the midterms, and what can we expect from Donald Trump in the lead up to the midterms? I can pretty much make a prediction on that one. And I think so can all of you. Okay, thank you for that.